live. Hello everyone, we'll be waiting a few seconds, a couple of minutes before we start. And I'm sorry if I'm looking on the side, but because I see you on the screen and I see my presentation in front of me, so we are waiting for LinkedIn to connect. You can also watch our webinars on LinkedIn Live. My beloved producer, are we live on LinkedIn? We are live on LinkedIn. Okay. We can kick off then. Thank you so much for watching, for joining us today. I'm very passionate about the topic of today's webinar because we'll be talking about revenue. And my take on revenue in your business is that your support should make you money. This is exactly what we'll be discussing today. Revenue from chat, especially. We'll be talking about how to turn support into revenue. Is it even possible? What does it take to turn so-called sales experience in your chat? Because you've probably been pitched hundreds of times about it. But have you seen it live and how many times? I'll tell you today why you don't see this that often, even though you get probably tens of outbound messages every day from different companies trying to sell you this kind of solution. So the good news, it is possible to launch something like that. The not so good news, it's not that easy as everybody thought. So why it's not that easy? This is exactly what we'll be sharing today. I will show you live what does it take to launch sales experience on your chat. If you have any questions in the meantime, please comment, use the section to just ask about whatever you want. I'll be answering in the meantime, but also we'll have some time at the end of this webinar to tackle all of your questions. Let's start then. We are live on LinkedIn. I see you guys here, so fantastic. We have a very interesting audience today, from CEOs of e-commerce businesses to sales leaders from telcos, banks, etc. So you all guys are interested in this topic. The good news is, even many of you probably thought it's only for e-commerce. It's not only for e-commerce, and we'll discuss this as well, because every support organization should sell as well, and probably today also sells, right? You have your customer service teams. In many cases, they have revenue targets already. So how to translate it to the AI world? You want to automate your customer support. Very common thing these days, right? You automate, let's say 8%, 80% of your support, and well, it can happen that you're gonna start losing revenue if until now your customer support team was selling. So you really have to think about how to enable AI agents to sell within your support. That's what we are discussing today. Okay, wait, my slides. Okay, this works. So as I already told you, you've probably seen this multiple times, right? Like the demos, they look beautiful. AI recommends products. It feels really seamless. You also use ChatGPT or other LLM chat, and it feels like it knows products. It can recommend products. Cool stuff. Looks really easy. Looks really seamless, right? So, as I told you, no, it's not that seamless. And for many reasons that we'll be discussing today, majority of AI projects don't reach production. So you see beautiful demos that have implemented all those like happy paths. So they look great, but they don't take into consideration many different things that can happen when your customers chat with you. And the stuff that they can ask about, and what is maybe even more important, how to actually sell. Because recommending products is not really sales, right? Like answering questions about products, it's not really sales. So there's a huge difference in that, because let's just imagine that you're in a retail location and you're looking for new running shoes, right? You can enter the store, ask the advisor, ask the person that's there, okay, like I'm looking for running shoes, where should I go? And they either show you, oh, okay, this aisle number 7, you should go there, or they ask you questions. Oh, that's great. Like you're looking for new running shoes. What kind of distances you do? What kind of surface we are talking here about? What's your budget? And they approach you and they really want to solve your problem, or in this case, like they have an opportunity to generate some revenue. Like we all feel the difference, right? From like someone who's like proactive about sales and someone who's just answering question. And the same with AI agents. Like AI agent can just answer question and show you the difference between this and that product, or you tackle more complex problem that AI agent should understand the intent, what you're looking for, should recommend with like right reasoning, so with thinking, should be able to handle objections and like really close the sale. Because at the end of the day, we all have objections. We need to think about it. Like maybe there's another option. Maybe we'll look into a different store. AI agent should be able to do all this, and this is not easy. This is actually very hard to deliver. Like if you have retail locations, or even if your customer support sells these days, you know that you first have to teach your people how to sell. Like what are your products? What's your sales strategy? Do you have any promotions? Do you have any particular brand if you're a multi-brand store or marketplace? What kind of brand you're pushing these days? This is all the information and context that your people need to make the right decision, right recommendation. And on top of this, of course, they need this. Some of them have this naturally, and some of them you have to teach. Okay, how to actually sell, how to close the sale. So not easy, as we know. So really wanted to show you, before we dive into the challenges, I want to show you how it looks like, how it sounds when it works. And you're gonna be surprised by how easy it looks, right? This is what I said at the very beginning. It looks easy. It looks like, okay, it's just question and answer, but it's very effective communication. And later, after this very quick demo, we'll dive deeper into what's really behind to deliver such an experience. I'm gonna reshare my screen right now to show you a real example of Manas. Just a second. I'll show you, because the sales mode with Zowie can work into different modes. It can be chat, it can be voice. I will show you the voice option. The chat is like very same, I would say. We'll take a look into that after the voice option.
Hello there, I'm Timbit, your host here at Monos. I'm here to curate, answer questions, and help you find the perfect pieces for your journey.
Hi, Timbit. So I'm looking for a Valentine's gift for my boyfriend. He just bought a new MacBook, so maybe a bag.
That's a thoughtful gift. To help us find the perfect bag for his new MacBook, what kind of bag do you think he would prefer? We have backpacks, crossbody bags, duffels, totes, and travel bags.
He's more of a sporty guy, so maybe a backpack.
Just a sec. We have a few great backpack options that might be perfect for him. Take a look at these. The Metro backpack is water and scratch resistant with a 15 laptop compartment. It comes in carbon black, Oxford blue, juniper green, Dover gray, and also in vegan leather
Oh,
options
I
like carbon black.
really like this blue Metro backpack. Can you show me it?
Great choice. The Metro backpack in Oxford blue is a fantastic option. It's water and scratch resistant and comes with a 15 laptop compartment. What do you think of this one? Or would you like to see other colors or features?
This is nice, but what is this thingy in front of this backpack?
That's a great question. The thingy in front of the Metro backpack is our Quick Snap modular kit system, which includes the Metro Classic kit. It's an interchangeable kit with pockets and a removable carabiner to help keep essentials organized and easily accessible. What do you think of this feature? Or would you like to explore other aspects of the backpack?
No, it's really good. So one more question. Can I return it in case he doesn't like it?
Yes, you can return it. We offer a 30-day trial for all non-luggage items, including bags like the Metro backpack, starting from the date of delivery. To be eligible for a return, the item needs to be brand new and unused, with all original packaging intact. Is there anything else we can help you with today?
No, I think I really like it. Let's add it to my cart.
Excellent choice. We've added the Metro backpack in Oxford Blue to your cart. Would you like to proceed to checkout or continue browsing for other
Yeah.
items?
Let's proceed to checkout. And in this case, it's integrated with Shopify checkout, so we land in the checkout directly. But really wanted to show you as well that it works in chat the same way. If you use the voice option, like of course you have a transcript here, but again, continue the conversation here. I have all this kind of, we call it visual aids, where I can see the product, or I have some kind of summaries like my card and buttons that can direct me to the checkout. So very seamless, right? Like looks really easy. It's like searching your product, answering some questions. So let's dive into like how to actually make it successful, how to make it work like that. I'm gonna come back to my presentation. Okay, and again, if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments. So just very quickly the results, because Mono's case, as you've seen, like we have both support and sales experience. So I can ask about the return policy, I can ask about the product, I can ask about some recommendations and like compare the product and stuff like that. So it's full experience. It allowed Monos to move with majority of their support to chat, which is amazing right now. 70% of all interactions go for chat, which is of course also a cheaper option from the customer support perspective. The cost per ticket dropped by 75%, and right now we are automating around 70% of all the inquiries. And again, it's both support and sales. It's like with your best whatever worker, right? Like the best teammate. If the customer approaches them based on the context, they decide what to do. and what kind of empathy to actually implement in such a case, whether the customer has some kind of issue and we should solve this issue with the product, for example, or they actually want to buy and we should start our sales mode and like be their advisor. Like the best salesperson or the customer advisor, they know how to switch between the modes, and this is exactly why many of those projects fail, because they work in silos. So you have customer support doing their automations of customer support queries, and you have, in e-commerce case, e-commerce team trying to generate more revenue with conversational AI. And very often what I see, there are even two widgets, right? Or support has their support widget on the contact page, and e-commerce uses these on like PDP or even on the homepage. And for the customer, it makes no difference. Like they don't know which widget they should use to ask a product question and which one to ask a sales question and ask for help when it comes to products. So I strongly recommend to make both support and sales very successful. You should work together and have one AI agent being able to solve these two, I would say, challenges, but maybe opportunities is a better word. So again, two different modes, which is very important to make it successful. How long does it take to go live? And no, it's not overnight. It's not one click. And again, you will understand in a second why it's not one click. You can go live from 4 to 8 weeks, depending, of course, on how fast you would like to move. But we strongly advise, very kind of detailed testing. One of the challenges that we see in the organizations as well is that you want to test every use case, which is of course impossible in the world of Gen AI, where every response is a little bit different. But it's important to get the vibe and understand what kind of nature your AI agent should have, and how do you want them to sell. This is the first thing you need to kind of figure out in the organization. And sounds easy, but there will be a lot of internal discussions. You will have a different perspective than your CEO, than the e-commerce manager, than the sales manager, and so on and so forth. So if you already have sales playbooks, then great, but usually you don't. So it's a great team exercise, team building, hopefully, exercise to determine how your AI agent should sell. This takes the majority of the time, actually, from this timeline. So that's the timeline. Of course, it can be shorter, it can be longer, but majority of the cases, it's this. So what really happens during this time? The testing, so the thing that actually is not on that list, because it's the final part, but what it takes. First of all, catalog preparation. And I get those questions all the time. Like, if my product catalog is not in a good shape, will this even work? My answer is no, but we have solutions for that. If you are willing to spend a little bit of time on helping us augment your product catalog, clean it up, we can make it work. So it's not a disaster. Majority of product catalogs are a mess, let's be honest. So we can help with that. Then, and it's not a long process. The longer process is the sales strategy. Something that I already talked about, right? It takes back and forth between different stakeholders in your organization, because it's really like a playbook that you give this AI agent, like how it should behave, like which products are you pushing these days, what kind of questions, like what do you need to know about the customer to make the right recommendation. It's a great internal exercise for you. It makes you realize many things actually that I'm very confident will help you in different parts of your business too. So really good exercise. And then, of course, there is some technical part, like you have to connect it to your card. If you use Shopify, it works out of the box. But it's not really that hard. So let's dive into like especially the catalog preparation and the sales strategy, because I think it's very interesting, and what happens after you go live. So is it the end, or does it require some maintenance? We'll talk about it as well. So when it comes to catalog preparation, we have an internal tool at Zowie that you of course use to augment your catalog. We clean it up together from stuff that doesn't really matter for an agent. It provides context that will just mess things up. You don't the AI agent doesn't have to know everything, right? Especially if the information doesn't really provide any like important context for the sales strategy. What is important, very often you don't have actually enough information about your products. Enough information that would allow AI agents to provide a good recommendation. It's like with humans, right? Like if you ask me which running shoes you should choose, I look at their kind of spec, but I also look at how they look, like what kind of color they have. Maybe in your product catalog you have one color, but actually the shoes are like blue and red with yellow kind of details or whatever. So this is when augmentation makes a lot of sense. And how we augment your product catalog, we take into consideration pictures, very, very important for this exact reason, and of course description, because there is a lot of additional information that is important for the AI agent. This is exactly like what we call context, right? This is what humans see, what humans feel. We need to provide this information to the AI agent as well. So that's the catalog preparation / augmentation. I won't dive into like too many technical details on this webinar today. If you want a follow-up, happy to jump on a call with you and like show you all the nitty-gritty details of what it takes to prepare your catalog. But at this point, it's important to know it is some work. It's partially automated. There are tools for that that we at Zowie provide. And the king or queen of the entire project is, of course, your sales strategy. Because it's not that obvious which backpack I'm gonna see, which color I'm gonna see at the very beginning, or like what kind of follow-up questions I will get when I'm saying that I'm looking for gift for my boyfriend. Mono's case is, and you might say that it's pretty easy because majority of their products are like travel products, backpacks, and the suitcases and stuff like that. The bigger challenge is if you are, let's say, a marketplace and you have so many different categories of products. That's when, especially gift recommendation, this kind of stuff becomes very complex, and this is where sales strategy really, really matters. And this is also when sales strategy could be missing in your organization, because maybe if you sell multiple brands, multiple products, maybe you don't even have a function role right now in the organization that is able to recommend products across these different categories. So that's what takes majority of the time. And we have something we call like rule of 4, those 4 points that you have to define your sales strategy to make it successful. So how you discover products, what kind of information you need to collect from the user, from the customer, how to find the right products, pick the best match, and of course, how to handle how to handle any kind of objections. And this is what you define in the sales strategy, in this kind of exact 4 points. Again, we won't spend too much time on each and every of these points. You'll get a presentation afterwards, so you can also dive into what is written really here and how we approach the sales strategy. So That's what you need to know right now. Again, you see, it's quite a lot of work. Fun fact: it's from our sales kickoff, the product kind of demo I'm showing you right now. So we've been building an e-commerce store for space traveling and selling space ships and this kind of stuff. So pretty abstract, but gives you some kind of vibe of what you need to build. Then you have recommendation style. So you need to define how to style the product recommendation message. So how it actually looks like, what kind of vibe the recommendation message should have, how long it should be. It really matters because of your brand language and just your general style and the nature of your AI agent that you want to achieve. And then you go to product attributes, and this is really important. So there's a section where you define attributes that will always be added to search. So this could be like on this example here, like the product has to be available to be searchable, right? Then you have some other filter attributes that you take into consideration, and they're more like optional. But this is really important, and this is where you can kind of hard code how your AI agent will behave. And this one I really wanted to show you because this is amazing for your general sales strategy. You have something like boosting strategies. So let's say you have some promotion, or your marketplace, and one of the brands actually pay you to recommend your product. So you can boost like how often do you show these products? Or for example, let's say the price range. I can here define that if the customer has a budget of $50, I will show the products between $40 to $60. So I will always try to find a little bit more expensive product. This one is really expensive, right? Really important because this is where you actually sell what you want to sell, what you need to sell, and you boost for example, the price point of the product that you recommend. So that's the money maker, very important feature and part of your strategy. So as you see, it's pretty complex. There's many things that you have to think about before you launch your AI agent that actually knows how to sell. It's no magic, right? Like, this is exactly how you would teach human agents to sell as well. And at the end of the day, you of course have to also kind of train the AI agent, like what are your products and how they are connected together. It's pretty simple. Anyway, that already answers something I said at the beginning. It's not only not easy, it's also not that you can just ship it and forget about it, right? Like, again, like with human agent, you hire an amazing salesperson, you don't just give them a playbook and say, okay, you now run, because 2 weeks from now, like maybe my product offering has changed, or I should actually take a look and review how the salesperson performs. So it's important to be able to see how it's performing, what kind of results it's generating, but also, does it operate in a way I would like it to operate? Does it have the vibe I want this to have? So you definitely don't forget about it and just leave it on your site. You still have to manage it. I'm sorry if you thought it's seamless. It could be, but then it doesn't bring results, right? Like as on those beautiful demos. Yes, you can plug a sales AI agent that works like ChatGPT, and yeah, it will just, work like a glorified search and provide some information to your customers, but you will have zero control over that. If you have something great, like, you have to put some work. So how to work with your AI agent after you implement it. I have pretty like a lot of details on those slides, so I will just explain you what's happening there and how you can monitor, how you can micromanage your AI agent. So in Zowie, you have something called supervisor, where you see and can track every step of what happened in a single conversation. So what kind of strategies the AI agent used to recommend products, what kind of filters it launched, and finally, what kind of recommendation it gave. We won't go into, I have like many of them. You'll get a presentation afterwards, you can read what's happening there. But this is the kind of control we want to always be able to reply, for example, to your CEO, oh, why the AI agent provided me such an information and why it recommended this product, not that. So here you will find this answer, and you can, based on that, adapt your strategy, adjust to maybe a different way of thinking. So full control. Again, testing. Testing is again very important, especially looking for some regression. If you change your strategy a little bit, you need to see if the results are still the same. So you can run test suites. You define what kind of recommendations you expect, and you run this conversation between one agent, your sales agent, and an agent, AI agent that is the testing AI agent, and runs the conversation with your sales AI agent. So it's like this kind of mystery customer that visits your store and reports back to you if everything is really fine and the salesperson performs well. So that's the place where you can do that automatically every day, every night, all the time. So that's the majority of the stuff that I prepared for you today. What I wanted to show you, maybe it's counterintuitive for a company that builds an AI agent platform, but I wanted to show you that it's really not that easy. And to get great results and great experience, like, you have to put some work, you have to think about your sales strategy. That's why it's important to also have a partner that can work with you on that, who've seen it all. Because the gap between showing products like in a simple way, just search them, it's different from actually selling. And it's actually, the gap is way bigger than you might thought. The thing is that if you implement a simple solution, it will work like a search. Like, why to implement such a solution if it works like a search? It doesn't make sense, right? It should really recommend products based on your sales strategy. Otherwise, it's just wasting money, in my opinion. And the best part is, of course, not only for e-commerce. We talk here about e-commerce because everybody understands that, but you can use the same kind of tool for credit cards recommendation, in insurance, for insurance recommendation, for upsells. You can think of a telco, and because it's not only, of course, for chat and this voice chat option that we're gonna release soon, so I'm not even revealing how we call it. But let's say I'm calling your phone line with a problem. Let's say my phone stopped working, or I have some problem with Signal, and the customer support agent, AI customer support agent, solves my problem. And it's an amazing opportunity to actually upsell me something, right? Every call, every chat is an opportunity to close some sales. So we want to help you with that as well, not only for e-commerce, but for other industries as well. And that's really it for today. So if you want to explore this further, you will get the materials from today. If you subscribe to the webinar, if you're watching us on LinkedIn, make sure to message us and we'll share you the slides. You can, of course, book a call with me or with the team. The easiest way, DM me on LinkedIn or send me a message, or just go to our site, Zowie.ai, to book a call with the team. And now really it's a time for questions. I know it's a very hot topic for many of you, so happy to start a conversation. So let me open your questions. I will share the presentation link. Maja, how do you define the value added for customer of using the simple website product page versus the sales agent? As for this demo, it seemed like I would be able to look at 5 product pages in the time it took to have this chat at the same time seeing for demo of product inside. So the question is about the time. And whether the value is there if I'm doing this kind of voice search versus the traditional search and clicking through filters and so on. So as I said, the Monos case, it's pretty simple in that. What I mean by that is that they don't have a lot of SKUs, right? So looking for the right product doesn't take a lot of time, but actually finding the right information about the sizes, about like whether it's gonna fit the compartment in an airline on this and that, blah blah. Like it's more challenging. So first of all, you can find information very quickly. The chat option, of course, is a quicker option when you browse through the website on your computer. That's why the demo we usually do on phone, because when you use your phone, it's way harder to click through all the filters and find the right information. Then the conversational interface is really replacing the website. So this is the use case. Why it's important move for any business to use this kind of experience is because customers share a lot of information. Like you're gonna have way more information from such a conversation than from customer browsing through this use case and checking this information about the price, and that's it, right? Like you don't really have any intel based on that. But when they talk with you, like they leave many important information. Like for example, I'm looking for a gift for a boyfriend who maybe travels a lot or this or that. Like you can easily also plan some questions in your sales strategy to gather some information from users and then store it in your CRM. So this only is very valuable for your business and to push customers for this kind of interface. But especially mobile use cases are like absolutely critical for a conversational use case. And of course, if you have a lot of SKUs, searching through all of them and finding the right product, it's a challenge. We've had an implementation of sales experience for Empik, which is a marketplace with variety of different products, and looking for a gift. You don't have any ideas usually when you are looking for a gift for someone. So in that case, also conversational experience, perfect. Okay, I can talk about it for hours. I want to dive into different questions that we have here. How do you collect user information? It takes a long time, which might frustrate. How do you collect? I'm not sure if I understand the question. It takes a long time, which might frustrate customers, but we need it. Shoshana, if you can elaborate more on your question, it'd be very helpful. What automation versus manual review do you recommend when reviewing your live AI sales agent? So you should read the conversations between AI agent and the customers. at the very beginning, for sure, just tens of conversations probably. It's just also interesting. It's like if you work in more the commerce sales side, marketing, I'm sure you watch recordings of user sessions on your site. It's just interesting insight, but of course the more insights you have when you take a look at like all the data at once, and this is where supervisor that I showed you is very important, because you can see basically all the information and the data from all the conversations and the sentiment. And let's see that, for example, 5% of your customers don't really like this experience or stuff like that. That's an important intel. Then you can dive into this 5% and read the conversation, like why they didn't like, what happened during this conversation. So at the beginning, like you read more of those conversations, of course, because you are just interested, you are curious. Then you see more from the high level. But you constantly should test whether your AI agent is performing, and you don't really have to read all the conversations. You can run tests, and that's just enough to see that if there is any regression in the experience. Collecting customer information. Yes, okay, now I got you. So collecting user information in a conversational way can take a lot of time. That's why you've seen we have those kind of visual aids on voice. It will be hard. I mean, it is hard because we all experience this when we call phone support and we have to provide our, say, airlines ticket number and some kind of confirmation number and all this kind of stuff. It takes a lot of time and back and forth, because maybe the AI agent or even support agent didn't really get what we said. So what we came up with is, if you want to collect an email from a customer, you don't ask them to say it, just to type it in this interface, and it's just way faster and definitely not frustrating for the user. So that's our solution in chat. It's simple. It's just typing. So that's how we approach this. It also limits all the mistakes, because the person sees it on the screen and already knows that they made some typos. Cool. Do we have any more questions? Shoshana asks if doesn't typing take a long time too? I mean, eventually you have to provide some information, right? Like when you fill a form because you want to log into your account, or you are sending support ticket, you also have to provide your information, and I think we're kind of used to that. So I don't see this as a challenge. Yes, you can. Bartek asks if you can configure the sales process. Can you have an agent to present more visuals to support product story? Yes, of course. Those visuals are fully customizable. You can use the visuals that Zowie provides. We have like templates that you can use, but you can also just provide your own and you code them in a very simple way. So any kind of programmer on your side can deliver you that. You can also vibe code it if you wish. So full flexibility on that side. Cool. If you guys have any more questions, feel free to reach out to me directly or ask our team. Thank you so much for today's session. I hope I showed you like what it really takes to launch sales experience these days. And when someone will pitch you this idea, next time you'll be able to challenge it more directly. So thank you again, and feel free to add me on LinkedIn. Happy to connect with you all and listen and hear your thoughts. Thank you so much.